Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Brian Horror, not Horror, so don't get it twisted. Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you guys are excited that I'm back here on my channel. I'm being consistent again, okay? I will be posting as regularly as much as I can, at least once a week. But yes, today I'm excited guys because I'm outdoors. I don't know if that matters to you guys if I'm in the car filming in my room or outdoors. I just like trying something new, okay? I'm spontaneous to you guys, okay? I hope you guys are appreciating all of this. But anyways, let's get started on the mysterious case of Dan Cooper. And I'm giving you my Dan Cooper moment right now, wearing these shades, as you guys will see in a few. Let's get started. So today we are going to be discussing the case of Dan Cooper. So this all happened in November 24 of 1971. A mysterious man walks into the airport and decides to buy a $20, which is crazy to think $20 ticket that was originally flying from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington. And this guy gives his name by the name of Dan Cooper. I think there was a glitch in the system, and that's why there's also people call him DB Cooper, but this was never like ruled out that it was, couldn't find a name of somebody named DB Cooper. Anyways, back then the regulations and restrictions and rules were different in the airport and airlines, so you didn't have to give your identification, your ID. This guy was described wearing a black suit. He was wearing a white shirt with a black tie, brown shoes, was carrying a briefcase, and was also carrying like a paper brown bag with something in it. So everyone eventually boards on the Northwest Orient Airlines flight 305, and Dan Cooper makes his way over to seat 18C, which was all the way in the back of the plane. I believe it was on the right hand side in the middle seat, all the way in the back. Everything seems fine and normal, and as soon as the plane takes off, Dan Cooper throws on his shades, his little Ray-Bans, his little Versace's, his little Givenchy's, okay, his little YSL. So anyways, the plane takes off, and this is when Dan Cooper hands over a note to one of the flight attendants. At first she just thought,
oh, he wants my number, he wants to take me out to dinner, boo. No, it was not like that for you.
Because this note was actually a ransom note. And she wasn't paying attention because, as I said, she thought she was being cute, you know, that she was getting hit on. Once she actually opens the note, because he brings it to her attention, miss, you might want to take a look at that note because I have something very serious going on in here. Looks at this note and sees that he is requesting $200,000. He is requesting 4 parachutes. He is requesting to land and have a truck fuel ready because he was going to let passengers off the airline, all passengers, and he did request the $200,000 to be in 20s, which makes you wonder why. This is when the flight attendant alerts the captain and the crew members, so they proceed with caution and follow by his rules. And she was startled at this whole situation because once he did explain the ransom note and she read it in front of him and was scared, he actually did open the briefcase, showing her all these like dynamite and devices hooked onto each other, and he showed her that if he connected one wire and placed it at one spot, that the whole plane was to explode. Eventually the plane lands, passengers are let off, and only 4 of the crew members were still requested to stay on the aircraft. So eventually the aircraft, you know, takes off on the way to Reno because it was gonna stop at Reno to fuel again to go to Mexico as he requested so. So all of the crew members was basically in the cockpit, which is the front of the plane, and everything seemed normal until all of a sudden there was like low air pressure on the plane, like people's ears were popping, and they got a little notification on the plane that the door where there's like the people enter, where passengers go onto, had been activated open. Eventually one of the flight attendants checks, and she sees that Dan Cooper is gone because he jumped off the craft. So then this all happened around 7:27 p.m.
Y'all, I'm getting so fucking annoyed because I'm out here trying to film for you guys, and literally the one day that I decided to come out here, there's like a whole freaking commotion in the ocean, okay? There's like all these things going on at once. People are walking around. This lady was standing right here at one point when I started filming at first, and I was like, what are you doing? Go away. Like, social distance, 100 feet away. Anyways.
So, like I was saying, he jumped off the aircraft. And for months, there was an investigation and searches done for miles and miles around this area where they believed he might have landed. And there was not a single clue of Dan Cooper. And I'm talking about months, okay? So eventually, I believe it's in 1980, there was a kid and his family that were camping by beach by Tina Bar, I believe it's what it's called. And out of nowhere, like, he sees something in the sand, which he slowly digs up and sees that it's like rotting money. He eventually alerts his family, and they end up finding $5,800 of the money that had gone missing that Dan Cooper had in his possession. And we only know this because the police, the FBI did release the serial numbers to all those bills, and those were verified later on by investigators. There was no clues. If there was another search done, and this was all 9 years later, and there was searches done in the area to see if they were to find his body, the missing parachutes, articles of clothing, anything, any clues. His little Gucci sunglasses, I don't know what they were, his little suit, nothing. No shoes, no parachutes, nothing but the money that was still, I believe, in the paper bag. The only clues that anyone has was that he did leave a tie, which ended up being a clip-on JCPenney, classy, tie that was left on the aircraft before he jumped. And they did find a speck of DNA, but when they ran it in the DNA database, unfortunately they couldn't find a match, because we do have to take in consideration that in the 70s DNA was not as technologically advanced as it is today. The only clues that people have was a description of the flight attendants on how they described him, which we'll throw in the images. Investigators do believe, though, that Dan Cooper never made it alive. He never survived the jump. But is there a possibility that he could have? There might be, because to me, it's hard to understand that they never found any clues. They didn't find any articles of clothing, pieces of torn parachute. They just found $5,800. And it makes you wonder, what if he planted that there eventually to throw investigators off? What if he really made the jump and it lived a completely different life and started new somewhere? There's so many investigators that were on this case, and so many detectives that were eventually took on the case later in the investigation. This case went on for around 40 years. Unfortunately, there has not been any really clues in this mystery. It is said, and I only know this because I saw it from BuzzFeed Unsolved, but it is said that the filings of just reports and witnesses and accounts of this case is so many papers that if you stack all the forms together, it's around 40 feet tall itself. And within this case, there was over 1,000 suspects, and this honestly was labeled by investigators themselves as one of the most prolonged, tiring cases in history. Like, so many years were spent, so many witnesses, and so many suspects, and they never got to find Dan Cooper. Eventually, the case was closed in 2016, which is not that long ago. If they were to find him, like, let's say today, he would be taken into custody, and he would be facing pretty federal charges, like pretty huge charges. But at this point, I don't think that Dan Cooper himself is alive anymore. If he is, he's really old. He's helpless, senile, probably minding his own business. Who knows what this man is doing, if he is alive. I'm pretty sure he's not. It's been a very long time since this whole case happened, so. But it's so interesting how this man disappeared into thin air. This is like one of the biggest mysteries out there in the world. I don't have anything else, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy today's videos, today's mystery. If you guys want more mysteries, if you want more of urban legends, please comment down below. Okay, I need you guys to comment. I need you guys to subscribe. We are almost at 400 subscribers. We're very close, you guys. We're very close. We've gone so far for a short amount of time, so let's keep at it. Subscribe, comment what videos you guys want to see next, what mysteries, crime, paranormal, urban legends, whatever you guys want to see. What do you guys enjoy most about my channel? And let me know down below. Please give me your feedback, because I do take it into consideration, and I do try to reply to as many as you as I can. I love you guys so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.